Okay, yeah, something simple. Just because, like I said, if he's reading this out of some sort of statute code and it's based on legalese, well, fictitious, fictitious trust, a fictitious deed, or fictitious whatever, that's an actual, like a proper noun. It's not an adjective diminishing the capacity of the word that it's in front of. So he says a fictitious deed, a fictitious title. That doesn't necessarily mean that's an adjective and it's diminishing the noun. It might be a proper thing, like, say, jumbo shrimp. You know, it's not really describing the shrimp. It's a type of shrimp. You know, it's just because it's fictitious deed or fictitious whatever. And then he was saying something about, well, if you file these deeds or file this kind of deed or file this kind of deed, well, anytime you put in an application, you're requesting something. So he's like saying, well, you submit this deed and I submit this kind of deed. And I'm like, well, when you submit, you're begging. And when it's an application, what you're doing is you're formally requesting something from somebody. Like you're requesting a job or a certain position. So you're requesting a position when you apply. Like you apply for a job, you're requesting. Instead of demanding and ordering, you're requesting. So they could just tell you no, because you're saying that you're subordinate. When you're filing in an application or you're applying or you're submitting, you're saying that you're inferior. So instead of submitting stuff, you're saying, I claim that land, or I claim that house. I demand full exclusive rights and enjoyment to that house or to that land, exclusive of all others. And then you could say you could compare that with a trust deed, or you compare that with a claim deed, or you could compare it with anything else that they recognize that they have to abide by. But you make a claim. This is a common law country, and he keeps saying under the common law how he has certain limited actions and certain writs. Well, that's English common law. If you want to look at it in this country, statutes or civil law in this country have limited forms of action. If it's not expressly written into the code or into the statute, you can't imply it. So if it says that if you get a traffic ticket and the most you get is a $50 fine, they can't say, well, if it's Donald Trump, $50 ain't going to hurt him, so let's make it $500. No, you can't do that. In common law, you could just wing it. The jury could say, well, Donald Trump isn't going to accept $50 doesn't mean anything. Let's make it $5 million. And if the jury comes back with $5 million, Donald Trump could say, hey, that doesn't sound fair. Say, hey, that's the common law. We just swing the way we want to swing it here in this town. If you don't like it, don't come through here doing 90 miles an hour again. So statutes are limited and rigid and restricted. Common law, it's whatever the jury wishes. You could file a lawsuit for $50. The jury could turn around and give you $50 million. The jury can do whatever they want. But when it's statutes, it's limited. So, like I said, be careful when you're saying fictitious title. That might be an actual one word. They might call it one word. I can make up any words I want. In my language, it's my language. It's a term of art. And that's why the lawyers always tell you, don't read Black's Law Dictionary. You're just going to get hurt. You're going to hurt yourself because you're trying to decipher our code. You didn't write that code. It's limited for those people who are specialized or privileged to have the inside information, what those words actually mean. So if you try to decipher this stuff, you get really hurt. So that's why I tell people use the common law, because that's the land we live in, the common language of the people, and you make an order and you make a demand, and somebody on the other side is going to have to come forward and say that, no, we don't recognize your right to that land. It's like, oh, good. Who's saying that? What man just came forward, or what woman just made that claim that I can't claim this? Is somebody else making a claim to it? Well, no. Well, then I claim it. So in this land, they can't deny you unless somebody comes forth and makes a counterclaim. That your claim would be interrupting with their rights to enjoy that land as well.